Sophie Mokoena, SABC News International Editor, now joins us for more on this. Sophie, this is, of course, a major victory for liberation movements on the continent, particularly in southern Africa, where SWAPO, being one of the oldest liberation movements in the sub-region, being the first in the sub-region to have a female president. And, of course, this is just weeks out from her being inaugurated as the first female president of Namibia. How significantly does this change the texture of politics in the southern region?
I think it's quite significant. As you know, that let's start with the South African Liberation Organization, the African National Congress, that was launched in 1912. You'd realize that it was after many years where women were allowed just to have a membership of the organization. And even to date, much as women are allowed to challenge any position, it is still very difficult for women within the ANC, the oldest organization on the continent, where women can be able to be in that important position of presidency, either as the president or deputy president. This is a contestation even now, but here you have a young liberation organization, much younger than the ANC, modeled around the ANC, because all these political parties on the continent were modeled around the African National Congress, the Native Congress, then when it was launched in 1912, leading by example, electing a woman to lead the organization. Yes, we have a woman president in the SADC region in Tanzania, but she came in when the president of that country passed on, and therefore she was not directly elected. Secondly, she is not the leader of the Chama Penduza party, and therefore there's still some not so much authority in terms of political power. But with her in Namibia, you have a situation where she's going to be the president of the country with executive powers, full executive powers, but also the president of a political party. That is political power. And therefore, that puts her in a very powerful position of being the most powerful woman, as we speak, on the African continent.
President Nandi-Ndaitwah's age was of concern when she was running for president in Namibia a couple of weeks ago, that she's of advanced age, 72 years old. Does this come a little too late, given that she may not in reality have a lot of time to effect meaningful and significant change, and there's no guarantee that her successor too will be a woman in Namibia, potentially a younger woman in Namibia? Her age was of concern. How does that land in the liberation movement of Namibia as the discourse around her being the first female president finds momentum?
It's unfortunate that the patriarchy always push women in terms of take a backseat. I mean, she could have done it perhaps a long time ago, but you're dealing with a society that's very patriarchal. And therefore, I think for women, much as she is senior, that's a concern and a genuine concern, but it's never too late, because now much younger women can say, if she leaves office, we can also put our names forward. And therefore, it's a step in a right direction. Even other countries, women can say, Namibia has done it, we can do it. And therefore, I think much as she is quite senior, it is a step in the right direction to indicate that women can challenge these positions. But lastly, I think that would also come handy in terms of seniority. But you are correct. These things are supposed to happen when people still have energy. And that is why people are saying the continent must look at itself. With the youngest population, you can't continue to push young people back. They must take their rightful place.
Yeah. Sophie Mokoena, thank you so much for that. Really do appreciate it. SABC News International Editor Sophie Mokoena joining us there.